everybody. Sorry it's been so long since I've done a video. I could say 1,000,001 excuses, but none of them are important because we're here right now, we're shooting a video, and I'm really excited about this one. If you want to skip right to the sound samples, I will put the time signature below, but hey, come on, hang out, let's talk for a minute. I know also that I promised I would go over the vintage tube overdrive, the VT911 by Behringer, that little $20 pedal that I got. I tried it on a friend's guitar and amp, sounded amazing, but then I tried it here and it just didn't sound good. So I don't know if maybe the tube went bad in it, and I just haven't had a chance to take it apart, swap out the tubes, and mess with it a little bit. But so if it's worth doing, I will do that video eventually, because for $20, when I first turned it on, I was like, oh my god, this is worth every penny and more. So we're going to do a detour though, because this is something I've really wanted to put in my board, but I want to shoot the video first before I did. For years, I've been using the one spot, you know, the daisy chain power supply, but I keep going through them. They keep dying. You know, I'm not taking anything away from them. They've gotten me through many, many years of playing, but I do it full-time for a living. I'm like, this is ridiculous. I should upgrade. But by the same token, I'm like, it's like $150, $200 for a power brick. And I'm like, that's just ridiculous. I'm like, there's got to be a cheaper option. So I took a little bit of a gamble, and if it doesn't work, I will have to break down and buy the $150, $200 pedal train one. And I did some research, and apparently one of the things that cuts down on the power, you know, the power hum that you get through the pedals a lot, is if each port is isolated. So I did some research, and I found this on Amazon. It's the Pedal Power by Donor. I didn't see any videos where they did like real sound samples with them. A lot of guys were like testing the meter to see if, or testing it with like a voltage meter to see if there was any depletion of the power when you put on multiple pedals, which was cool. It held up great on that test. But nobody did a sound sample with it to see if it actually cut down on hum. So I'm like, there I am again. Gonna do some sound samples just like the lava cable video, which you haven't seen that, go watch that. I was really impressed, had a lot of great feedback from that video, and I'm still loving the cable. Anyway, back to this guy right here. So I did some research. There was another one on Amazon that was like $5 cheaper. I think it was $35, and this one was like $39, so $5 more basically. I think it's made by the same company, even though it had a different company name, because their logo was almost identical. But this one's the Pedal Power by Donor, and they claimed that each port was isolated. So in theory, this should cut down on that power hum, and you know, if it works, I will be a very happy man. Also, one of the things I read said the LED lights were exceptionally bright, and they were right. When I turned it on, it was blinding. I think I saw blue for like half an hour. The only other thing that was a criticism of this that I did read in some of the forums and people talking about it was people ended up liking it, but they said the power cable that it came with was really, really cheap, and I think a lot of them ended up using just the main power cable from like a one spot, you know, this part right here from like a one spot or something like that, instead of the one that came with it, because you can pick up those for like $10, I believe, and it's longer. The one spots are longer, and they're built a little bit more sturdy than the one that come with it. It does feel pretty cheap, but overall, the actual box that really counts does feel pretty sturdy. So anyway, that's enough about the product. I was going to try and mimic the lava cable review video and use the PVJSX like I did in that video. Same pedals. I'm not going to go through all that in this video. If you want to know what pedals I'm using, what my signal chain is, watch that video. I go through it quickly. But when I went to shoot this video, my PV kind of blew up. Yeah. Rest in peace. But anyway, I don't know. I flicked it on. The tubes went it started popping and crackling. The tubes got like bright red, and I shut it off as quick as possible, and I was just like, so we're gonna use the Fender. I liked the sound of the PV better than the Fender, but I have it here, so we're just gonna use this for now. And so yeah, my Warrior guitar, humbucker pickups, straight into the board, out of the board, straight into the amp. Shure SM57 going right into the Tascam US 1800, and I turned off all EQ and compression and all that stuff, so it's literally just signal coming from the amp into the mic. So, just going to play a couple of quick things, A-B them, and then I'm going to try this time to actually edit before I give my opinion. A lot of times I don't have time to edit before I make my opinion, I just do it by what it sounded like in the room. Today I'm going to try and take some time, make some time to actually edit it, listen to it, and then give my opinion on the pedal power by Donor. Alright, let's do this. Well, I guess you win some, you lose some. I really didn't hear any difference between the Donor DP-1 and a one spot. I really thought it would take down some of the hum. I didn't realize it wouldn't power the Line 6 DL4. It technically did under the 500 MA set or port, but the lights kept blinking the whole time, all of them, and it sounded okay, but then when you technically turn off the pedal, it would, all four lights would keep blinking, and you would hear it in the amp going. So, if you're putting together your first pedal board and you just need something to power regular 9 volts, this may be a good option because, like I said, it's in the brick, it's a little bit nicer aesthetically, you've got the LEDs in there, so I think that's nice, but really, you get what you pay for, and it looks like Pedal Train and some of these other guys that make the more expensive versions win. So, it looks like I'm going to have to break down and get one of those. Unless they want to send me one, I'll be happy to sound sample that and show how much hum it gets rid of. But, past that, I would say this is just basically a glorified daisy chain. So, without further ado, I guess that leaves one thing. You guys keep rocking.